Gather around and hear me spin a tapestry with lives sewn in, stories told and lost to time. To tell it true, well, there must be rhyme. So pay attention and you might just find some pieces that you left behind. You kept the dead with patient care, a silent vow, a stony prayer. But death came swift and justice slow. The grave you kept became your own. Now bound to lives not yours to keep, you lost the peace of endless sleep. You danced where no one called your name, with buttons bright and stitched on fame. You smiled too wide and bowed too low, in your need to please and put on a show. Succumbing to this land's true blight, you lost the left that made you right. Or perhaps you lost that flicker of life, a candle flicked by every strife. Your blood ran wrong and breath ran thin. You bargained with the flame within, a beast of fire side by side. You lost the chance to stay alive. You cast your line in waters deep, but hooked a thing not meant to sleep. It pulled you down, unraveled the thread that stitched the thoughts up in your head. Now every name feels strange and new. You lost the sense of being you. So if you wander past the known, or find a ticket on your own, then listen out for Fiddler's tune, and find it all 'neath the crooked moon.
Welcome back. It's been a while. Welcome back to The Fallen. Season 1.5, I'm calling it. The past is burned to ashes. A new path ahead, yet to be grown. New faces walk this trail. Old wounds still ache. But new names will rise. And something lost stirs beneath the soil. Welcome to Season 1.5, Episode 1 of The Fallen. Grief lingers, hope arrives, and the story begins again. We'll start this session as many end, with a death. Dirt and soil were piled shovel by shovel, but this was no loving funeral. For this man certainly did not die in peace, despite how still he lie in his grave. This corpse stinks of unfinished business, and so no rest will be found. And whisked away to another plane, in a quiet moon-watched night, in a quiet corner of Maiden Mist Cemetery, a murmuring is heard, as a stitched doll frantically recites languages older than the lands themselves. A desperate ritual of candles and fear. Ray, please describe yourself as you perform an unholy rites.
Oh. Ray is a little rag doll. They stand maybe 3 feet tall. Their head flops from side to side as their neck is just rag. There's nothing much to hold the head up. They wear a jester costume. The colors are so vibrant that they almost hurt the eyes. Their face is stitched on, a smile, big button eyes, but also a tear showing. They wear a big purple bow and a waistcoat with bright, bright buttons sewn on. And they have jingle bells sewn into their cap. So when their head tilts from side to side, it jingles a little here, jingles a little there. And they flop when they move. But they move with intention.
Awesome. And this rite you perform, could you give a brief description of what you're doing?
I've drawn out with salt and ash and my own tears that I've collected. I draw a circle and then a 5-pointed star. The candle, a black wax candle burning at each point of the star. And take my knife and I cut my hand. Instead of blood, fluff falls to the ground. And I chant desperately. There's a moment where I don't think it's taken. So I take my fingers and I claw at the ground beneath my feet. Just willing it to work.
And given the time and place, it'd be safe to assume you had all the time of the night to do this alone. Maybe a night dog would pass by, but no one would disturb. However, you hear from across a few graves away, where a tomb lays, a cracking and grinding like pestle on mortar. And holding your lantern up, you see one of the great gargoyles built to watch and guard this place, eternally stationary, stands up and leaves his post, now shambling towards you. Nestix, can you please describe yourself?
Standing somewhat tall compared to most humans is Nestix, made of granite ever since he stumbled across this land. He's been standing watch right beside at the entrance of a mausoleum. This is his favorite cemetery. He returns here often, since it was where he started his journey in this world. He's seen and heard the cry, the praise, the yearning coming from this creature performing the ritual, and can empathize. Be the guardian of the dead. He has had a few that were taken from him, even from his previous life, and cannot stand to be still in the process of somebody that has lost something or someone. And so standing from his pedestal and jumping down, he stands full in granite, does have a full armor on, and bears a great sword on his back. Treasures found from his journey across this area, and approaches the person making that ritual.
Now, I will give you a choice. We can play this out, or we can cut to a few weeks later. I am fine with both.
No, we could cut to a few weeks so as to move on and complete the party.
Okay. Ray and Nestix, from that night, shared very different end goals. But they needed the same thing on their journey, and that is knowledge. They both had much to find out. And so as they travelled across the lands of Wickermore and of Druskenwald, they searched high and low, asked dark places and creatures of light, and eventually found one thread to pull. There are rumours. If you find Mr. Crossroads, you can make a deal. And with this deal, you can have anything your heart desires. And this is a tempt that neither of them can pass on. So, that's how these two found themselves heading towards the most foul of swamps. Which is this. Can you all see that properly?
Hmm?
Cool. The ground beneath you, as you head into this swamp to find the Mr. Crossroads, grows sodden and foul. Before you, endless trees, about 7 feet high each, of cypress. Their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers, casting endless shadows on the stagnant, gross, murky waters. And as you're travelling down, you hear... Actually, Nestix hears it first. A muffled cry from a nearby patch of water. And as you sort of curiosity gets the better of you and you take a closer look, the still water suddenly ripples and a massive crocodile breaks out through the surface. Its scales caked in algae. It opens its mouth as if to let out a guttural roar, when suddenly a different kind of voice comes out of the throat, saying, "Get me the hell out of here!" Its jaws unhinge a little too wide, and its overlapping voices lead into a massive explosion of blood and parts, gore splitting the crocodile in two right in front of you. And as you stop covering your face, you see in front of you a very gore-covered... Well, you can describe yourself, I think.
Yeah, sure. You see before you a 3-foot deepborn who looks a little bit more like an axolotl, wearing like a little flat cap, holding a seemingly deceased fish in hand, with a pipe sticking out of his mouth, which somehow still seems to be smoking, wearing kind of like a pair of dungarees, but a bit more torn and drenched blood red, with a what looks to be a large scar from the top right shoulder down to the bottom left of their abdomen. And they just look a little bit distressed and displeased with their current situation.
And as the group begins to ask questions, naturally curious, unfortunately, pending, you look down and you find... Is it pending or ending? What should I say?
The P is silent, so ending.
Okay, sure. You realise that you are actually standing on some broken eggs. And from behind you, the water rumbles and rumbles. And out of it bursts a crocodile, unlike the one you just found yourself in, as well as a much larger, unnaturally large, huge crocodile coming out of the waters. Can you roll initiative, please?
Perfect.
Cool. So we have 15 from ending, 7 from Ray. So you said perfect. And a 16 from
Yeah.
Nestix. Okey-dokey. Nestix, you are first to react. Always slightly on alert. As you see this happen, you get first action. Crocodiles do not like they particularly focused on ending. They are furious, almost frothing at the mouth, raging. They will attack anything in their path.
I will move forward, look to the creature above the eggs. You all right?
I just give a nod.
And I'll pull my great sword. Does it seem that the land in front of me, between me and the crocs, is passable, or is it?
What you
Does
see
it
is what
seem
you get
deeper?
on this map. So the darker area is pretty gross water that is pretty much impossible to just wade in, just because of how quickly you'll sink in the mud.
Okay.
And the lighter area is stand-onable.
Okay.
It doesn't count as difficult terrain, but it's also not particularly like solid ground. It's more mossy.
Okay.
But yeah, you certainly don't want to be heading into the darker areas in this
Okay.
swamp.
So I will stand at the last part of the light area that's closest to the swamp part.
Yep.
And ready an attack for when either one gets close to me.
Okay, sure. You do have to specify what attack you're readying when you do that.
I do have, sorry?
You have to specify what attack you're readying if you do that.
Oh,
so you have to say, when one gets close, I will do X.
Right. So I will attack with my greatsword to
Okay,
whichever crocs first gets within range.
Yeah, no, sounds good. A sort of don't you dare come close kind of stance is taken up as this. Is the sword stone as well? Or is it a metal sword?
No, that's metal. I found
Okay,
those
cool.
here. Same as armor.
As this terrifying gleaming sword held by this massive stone guardian would normally be enough of a threat to put most humans off, but these crocodiles are not your average combatant. Okay, cool. I will make a note of that. In that case, next initiative is ending.
I'm going to move away from the giant crocodile, probably down to where the tree stumps are, in almost like an arrowhead. So I think that's 1, 2, 3. So 4 squares down.
Yeah, can you move yourself?
Yep. There we go. So I'll move down there, and I would like to cast a Blood Bolt on the giant crocodile.
Go for it.
Okay, that's a 15.
That will hit the giant crocodile.
Cool. Damage is a grand total of 4. I think Blood Bolt also says that I gain a number of temporary hit points equal to my proficiency bonus as well.
Okay.
So I get 3 extra temporary hit points.
That's good.
Cool, that's me.
In that case, we go to Crocodile A, or just normal sized crocodile, who is going to. I guess he has to be in technically. He's going to slither out of the swamp. And come charging at Ray.
Rude.
How dare he?
He's going to attempt fighting you with a 5. Okay. My first roll of the new season, and we're got that one. That's great. That's all he gets to do, unfortunately. They are single attack creatures. Or this one is, anyway. Next initiative is the giant crocodile, who's going to run straight at Nestix and immediately proc your readied action.
Yep. 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
10 damage.
Nice. Yep. Managing to sort of get a swipe in before it attempts to even launch its massive jaw at you. Its jaw is about 5 foot in gap, So you are bigger than its jaw, but not by much.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the attacks it's going to do is attempt to bite you, which is, maybe not the best idea in its stone, but it does roll a 26 to hit.
That's it.
That will do 28 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Yep. And you grappled. Because you grappled, you cannot do its second attack against you. But while you are grappled, you have the restrain condition, so you can't move. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attack rolls have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Not that that's going to come up. On your turn, you can try and escape the grapple as your action. Next up, then, is Ray.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have a quick look at Nestix, have a look at the crocodile in front of me, and pull out my trusty fiddle and hook it into the crook of my arm and pull the bow across. And this is not meant to be a beautiful sound. This is that I've just started learning to play the fiddle, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers, just at first level, on the crocodile in front of me. So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
He is not very wise. And he gets 12.
That does not pass, so he will take all of this psychic damage, 10 psychic damage, but the more important bit is that he has to use his reaction to move as far away from me as he can.
Okay, which is there. Back to Regan, basically.
Then I'm going to move. Going to move. 15.
This crocodile, it's shaking its head as it waddles back, almost like gnashing at itself. It looks very disrupted, like dazed or confused or not really sure what to do or what just happened to it. Yeah.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to play a tiny plucky tune and see, who do I want my plucky tune? I'm going to call forth with my plucky tune the scamp, who will go with bardic inspiration to Nestix. And so Nestix will have a 15-foot or an emanation. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I can draw that.
Yeah. And so when you, Nestix, or if any of us start our turn in the emanation, your speed increases by 10 feet until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, do you want to explain what Bardic Inspiration does?
Yes, Bardic Inspiration, so you can use it on any D20 test, so a skill check, a saving throw, or attack roll. You can add, I think I'm up to a D8. Let me double check it. So you can add that D8 roll.
And that's a one-time effect, but once you use it, the aura still doesn't go away. Is that correct?
The aura doesn't go away until I dismiss the scamp, which is a reaction for it. I can choose to use my reaction to have the scamp do its thing.
Okay, cool. In that case, are you done with your turn?
I am all done.
Nestix, you're up.
All right. I will use my action to try to break the grapple.
Yep.
And is Do I just break the grapple, or I need to break restrained and grapple one after the other?
No, it's just it restrained is part of the grapple, so you just have to break the grapple.
Okay. So we'll use athletics to do so.
Yep, yeah, that's fine. You break free.
Perfect. I will just move sideways there. Haha! Disuse my action, and so we'll use Action Surge.
Nice.
In order to make the first attack against the biggie. Ooh, that was bad. 12.
That misses. Do you want to use your Bardic Inspiration?
Yep. Bardic. Yep. Coming up. Cool. D8. Plus 5. 17.
That'll hit.
Awesome. 12.
Nice.
And give me a sec. I do have the second attack coming from there. Actually, I do have graze as well with the great sword.
And please explain what graze does.
Graze means that as I hit the first victim, I can hit another monster that would be 5 feet to the side of my original.
Sounds perfect for this.
Equal to the ability modifier, so equal to my strain bonus, which is 4.
So you do a flat 4 damage to the crocodile next to him. Is that correct?
Correct.
In that case, how do you want to kill the crocodile? Because you kill him.
It's basically, as I swing, I manage to catch the side, the giant crocodile, and then it's sort of skip almost like a stone, and it comes down directly right in the middle of the smaller crocodile's head.
Nice.
And then there's something I probably
you have
could
another
do.
attack still, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes. I just need to get used to all my drug dice.
No
Reduce the damage, soul reaper, ha! Perfect. I'll use my second attack in order to use a drug dice and use Soul Reaper.
Okay.
So it needs to. Targets must make a strength saving throw. On a fail save, it takes necrotic damage equal to the number rolled on the drug dice plus the Constitution modifier, and it has the grapple condition.
Okay, its strength is pretty high, but let's see. What does it need to be? Oh, that was a bad roll. Probably not, because it got 11.
Right, 8. I wish it would summarize this.
It needs 8 plus your proficiency.
Yeah, plus con.
Yeah.
Plus con plus proficiency. So let me make the calculation. Con plus 3 plus proficiency plus 3. So 8 plus 6, 14.
Okay, it got an 11, so we'll fail. So does that mean it takes how much damage?
It will take
and is grappled.
This plus my con, which is plus 3, so 8 damage, and it's currently grappled.
Okie dokie.
But not restrained, just grappled.
Yeah. Okay, is that your go done?
Yes, it is.
Ending, you're up. You see in front of you as this massive shining sword gets swung down and cleaves the tip of the giant crocodile's nose off and then slams straight into the head of the smaller crocodile, instantly killing it. And afterwards... Oh yeah, could you describe the effect that you used that grapples the crocodile? No stick.
From using his left hand, letting go of the greatsword for a moment, he actually I write a sigil in the air and then push through as if I was actually pushing the sigil to the face of the crocodile, and from it issues vines and fingers that seems to grasp at the body of the crocodile.
Nice. So you see these sort of ghostly fingers or hands grappling it. Ending, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Blood Bolt again. However, this time I would like to use my... What's it called? I've got like a Bloodwell, I think it is.
Yes, you do. Yep.
Just trying to find it so I know exactly what it does, because I think it adds a D8 onto the damage if it's successful.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah. When you deal damage to damage or restore hit points to a creature, you can expend your Bloodwell to add 1d8 to the total for one target. So yeah,
you recover that Bloodwell by doing a certain amount of necrotic damage in one hit.
I think it's like 10
Yeah.
damage, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to go for the... Which crocodile's dead? The small one or the big one?
The one that's labelled Dead Croc. The small one's dead.
Cool. Okay, I will shoot for the big one then. That is a 14.
That'll hit.
Cool. So that's 7, and let me do the d8. And that's 9 points of damage.
Okie dokie. That unfortunately is just about not enough to get your Bloodwell back.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
This giant crocodile is now, like, it's missing scales, it's missing the tip of its nose. Not only is it grappled, but it's also bleeding from various places. It's now what we call bloodied, which means it's below half health. For larger creatures, I will call this out so that you know when you've reached halfway in a bigger fight. And Ending, are you doing anything else in your turn?
Nah, that's it. That's me. Yeah, I'm all done with my turn.
In that case, it is the grappled but still very much standing giant crocodiles. I'm just trying to remember if grapple gives it disadvantage on attacks.
No. Just speed 0.
Okay. In that case, it is going to take a swipe of its tail at you. And miss, probably. That's another nat one. Oh, these are coming out strong.
He just hit the dead croc. He forgot there was someone else beside him.
Yeah. Just wraps it around, dead croc and trees, and then doesn't reach you at all. In frustration, he's still going to lash out and try and bite you, though. With an 11, which is almost certainly not going to hit as well.
No.
Yeah, this crocodile's not having a good time. He's just gnashing at anything. He can barely see. He's just grabbing trees and launching them behind him and all sorts, but nothing to affect you in any way.
I go, ha! In his face.
That is the crocodile's turn. Ray, you're up.
Ray's going to move through the trees, jump up on a stump, and play their fiddle. And the music is almost going to lift off with light. It looks as though the music is becoming a substantial form, and that light shoots towards the giant crocodile as I cast Starry Wisp. Oh, 11?
11's not going to be enough, unfortunately.
It looked cool, though. Bonus action. I'm going to cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Nestix.
Well, at least you can't miss. Sorry, that was me.
17 healing.
Oh,
Thank you!
All right, and that's my turn.
You're such a ray of joy and happiness, aren't you, Ray? All right.
If you want a ray of happiness, you're gonna have to find a different rag doll.
Nestix, after having your companion for a few weeks behind you infuse you with this healing energy that closes up the massive scrapes and chunks of stone that has been taken out of your leg by this crocodile, you feel revitalized, and it is your turn.
I'll get you again. Ah! There you go, 27 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Nothing surprises me, yet that could have been a no. 11 points slashing.
Nice, yep. You take another couple of teeth out as you slash away at its jaw as it's trying to jaw you with teeth that are not as hard as your steel.
Second attack, dirty 20.
Well, definitely hit.
11.
Alright. Yeah, this thing is incredibly durable, and as you keep taking chunks out, it just seems to be getting angrier, but eventually there'll be enough chunks that it'll be in pieces, right? Are you doing anything else with your bonus action?
No, I'll stay put. I want to make sure it doesn't move. It's still grappled anyway, so.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
But
Ending, you're up.
Yes, I am. Cool. I would like to do the same thing as last time, minus the Bloodwell.
Okay, yep.
It just seems a safe distance, and I'm happy with that.
Nice.
That's day 20.
Consistency is key, right? Exactly.
It's just like it's consistent to continuously roll below a 10. That's 7.
7 is average, though, right? For 2d6, that's nothing.
Yeah, why not?
What do you mean, why not? It is average. I'm not just saying that.
I know.
Yeah, another sort of batch of scales on its back pop off, and some more blood starts pouring out of its back as this blood bolt opens up another wound. This thing is not looking great, but it is going to angrily attack Destix as it gets another go. It's going to try the tail thing again, although that went so well last time. And doesn't 18 hit you, Nestix?
meat beats.
Okay, cool. In that case, this tail, having learnt his lesson from last time, goes the other way this time and does 15 bludgeoning damage and knocks you prone. Oh, go on.
Yeah, I will use my reaction.
Yep.
From inside, seemingly Nestix's chest, comes a light, a nimbus of light that seems to go flood all around him and seem to take some of the blood that seems to have issued from him and seem to contain it back onto him. I have now resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage until the start of my next turn.
And that includes this attack, doesn't it?
That includes the attack itself, correct.
Yeah, so you will take 8.
We round up or round down?
I round up, because the way I always think of it is if you are on 1 health and something does 1 damage to you and you have resistance to it, you should still just go to 0. That's the way I always think of it, so I always round it that way. I don't think that's the actual rules, but that's how I've always done it, so that's how we'll do it. Yeah, so yeah, that'll be 8 damage. Then, are you still prone from that? I guess.
It doesn't say that it removes any side conditions, so I would gather I would be prone.
In that case, it's going to, with advantage, roll a fight. 27 probably does hit.
Yep. Nope, never does.
31 piercing damage. Jesus Christ.
Halved.
Fortunately halved. That's 16 piercing damage then.
Yeah.
You grappled as well, actually.
Okay.
It's attempting the death roll on you, basically. So it's knocked you to the ground, it's grabbed your legs, and it's gonna try and pull a limb off. And with that much damage, it may have even succeeded. Ray, you're up.
So I think I'm going to begin plucking my strings and just very
It's not the time.
bored.
We're in the middle of a fight. God.
Nestix, quit playing with the turtle. And I'm going to cast a vicious mockery on the giant crocodile.
Okay.
So he needs to make a wisdom save 16.
Nope.
All right. So you take all of this 5.
All 5.
All 5 of these delicious psychic damage, but your next attack is with disadvantage. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to once again draw the bow across the strings and come on, up, we have things to do. And we'll healing word first level on Nestix. Oh, come on. 7.
Wow.
Just 7. But that's my turn.
It's better than nothing. Nestix, as this crocodile pulls its jaws off you for a moment, you realise that, like, these teeth are stuck in you, even when its mouth is not. It is looking barely alive now, and it's barely holding its own mouth and teeth together. One of its eyes is, like, popped and is just pouring juice down its face. It's got missing scales. Its limbs are all grabbed and barely moving, and it's barely able to stay above the water at this point. And it's your go.
All right. So I am grappled and restrained and prone, which means I cannot stand up.
You are indeed, yes.
Okay. So from
You essentially have a limb in its jaw that you would have to roll to get out. Yeah.
Right, I would need to remove the grapple and restraint first.
Yes.
In order to be able to do something. Okay. Well, first off, I will second wind as a bonus action.
Sounds smart.
10 plus 5.
What, my 7 points of healing weren't enough?
I got plenty of healing to get. So that's 8 points more. And then, sure, I'm going to try it as from the ground I smite at it and attack at disadvantage.
Yeah, sure.
Twice. 13 to hit.
That is one below what you need, unfortunately.
All right. One more time, second attack. 14.
Nice.
Meets it, beats it. That's enough.
Rah! 12.
That's
You still have graze too, right?
Yeah, but graze would impact another creature. Not
Grace
the
is the second
victim.
creature, not the one you're hitting.
I see.
Yeah.
But that is enough. Do you want to describe how you, with one leg in this thing's mouth, managed to get your sword and kill it?
I have my sword and actually put it parallel to the ground and basically jam it in the opening that my leg is creating in its mouth, and then pierce through right to its brain and then begin twisting the great sword within his internal carcass.
And that is more than enough to finish this big tough boy off.
Get off! Yeah. I kick it.
Yeah, you managed to wrestle your leg out. There are still many croc teeth embedded in it. You may have to deal with them at a later time. But for now, you are alive, you are fine, and the croc is not so much.
It's gonna take me forever to get rid of that stench. Ugh.
You do find a intact crocodile egg in the nest still that didn't get stomped on by ending.
Hey, anybody want an omelet?
Not especially.
No,
I-
hey, thank you for the healing.
Ending's going to go back to the nest full of eggs, and I would like to see if there's anything else I can find in there.
Not particularly. It's apart from the intact egg, which might be worth something. It's a very oversized intact reptilian egg, which is not exactly a common thing. Outside of that, which might be worth something, nothing else of note in there.
We investigate the crocodiles to see if they've got anything in them or on them.
You can loot some giant crocodile teeth if you want.
Yeah, I got a few here.
Yeah.
In your leg.
Yeah. Out.
So I'll say you get an egg if you want to have this to your inventory ending. You get an egg worth, it would be 30 gold, and both of you can nest eggs ending can add, it'd be 5 gold worth of reptile teeth. If you can find a trader that will buy such trinkets. You would know that they are mostly used in sort of rituals and spells and stuff, so most likely going to be valuable to an apothecary or a magic shop.
All right. How are you, little one?
Better.
Well, yeah, it almost was lunch right there.
I'm just going to cast Prestidigitation over myself to get rid of all the blood and gore as well.
That sounds like a very good idea.
As he's sort of asking me how I am, I just sort of squeeze the fish just a little bit, and the head and the tail just sort of like bend upwards. And as they do, sort of like a very faint sort of red color, sort of like helix is going up and then shrouding down over me. And as it does, all of the gore and blood starts to sort of like fade away as I sort of like loosen my grip on the fish, and you see the head and the tail just droop back down again.
Oh, hey, that's a neat trick. Mind doing that on me? Otherwise, I'm gonna stink to high heaven.
I look you up and down, just sort of like, because I have no idea who you guys. And what's in it for me?
You were not lunch.
I had these guys. You should have seen the other guy.
I could bring the big one back if you want to, tackle it out with them.
What are you guys doing out here in the swamps anyway?
Ray, you're the talker.
Our business is our own. What are you doing way out here in the swamps anyway?
Well, it started that I was looking for somebody, his name escapes me, to help me with my...
Every time I sort of stop clicking my fingers as if I'm trying to recall
my memory. And I think I started fishing. Not quite sure. I can't remember why.
Well then, I suppose we might be looking for the same person. Someone who helps with certain issues. The Crossroads Man?
No. It was a Mr. Crosspoint. That was it. That's who I'm looking for. Mr. Crosspoint.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought perhaps we were headed in the same direction. And Ray just kind of... There's this flash where the brightness in their eyes kind of rolls up, almost as if they're... If button eyes could roll, these eyes have rolled.
They say he's like a 10-foot crocodile, grants wishes, and has a big hat. As big as you, and points at Ray.
A big hat. That's impressive and necessary.
Well, it's good old Mr. Crosspoint. That's who I'm looking for, I think.
As you, Ray, look in the direction that you were traveling, wondering if it's worth taking this person with you. You notice about a mile in that direction is a smoke rising up into the sky. Not a horrendous amount like a massive house fire, but more like a campfire's amount of smoke.
Well, I can't hang around here all day. I'm busy, I'm important, I have things to do. If you want to come with myself and my companion, you're more than welcome. And I will just not even wait. I'll just start walking towards that fire.
As Ray starts walking, I start sort of like walking sort of at a slightly sort of like further distance than like the social bubble. Just sort of like rambling off.
Well, if you're Mr. Crossroads knows my Mr. Crosspoint, then it just makes sense. Let's all go together. Let's see what we can find out, and let's see if we can. I forget. What were you going there for?
Yes, all well and good. We're looking for the man together.
Oh no, enormous 10-foot, 20, 30-foot crocodile. Big hat, bigger than you,
And points at Nestix.
I hope that wasn't them.
Of course it wasn't. There was no hat.
Oh, right. Well, they were swimming, so maybe they dropped it. I don't know. Let's go.
A mile in this terrain takes a lot longer than you would prefer. Every single stretch of water has to be navigated carefully around, and often trees have to be felled to bridge the gaps. This is not a well-trodden path. This is not a trade route. This is off the beaten track, and the terrain just feels like it was designed to be inhospitable. There are mosquitoes and midges, there are snakes and crawlies all around the place. There is the horrendous and persistent noise of crickets just drowning out most sounds, and the water does not flow. It sits, it stinks. As you get close to the campfire, from across a patch of water, you see someone waving out their hand. They have attempted to jump across a gap that they misjudged and have landed half in the muck. Now, just about chest deep in the muck, they finding it impossible to pull themselves out with what little leverage they have. I'll describe them in a second. They look like they have purple vests, they mud all over them, like their hair is attached to their face, stuck in the mud. He has like curly brown hair and a waistcoat on, a purple waistcoat. As he sort of is frantically looking around, he sees you from quite a way off and shouts, "Help me out! Help me out! Damn you, come on, help me out!"
I look to Ray.
Oh, go on.
I just look to you and just like, does that look like the guy?
I'm gonna, as we've been walking, the longer it takes, the more irritated Ray has gotten. And Ray's just gonna look at the stranger. What's your name?
That's not important. Get me out. It's Garth.
If you want out,
Garth, just get me out.
Ending's just going to walk straight over and offer a hand.
Because you are able to walk on water, right? Or swim easily, I assume. you have a swimming suit?
I don't know. Let me find out. That's a good question.
Because he
I
is
do.
the other side of a body of water.
Yes, I do. I have. It's the same as my normal movement. And I can breathe in air and water.
Yeah, I think you are by far the most suited to this terrain. So I will let you just casually, like, swim over as if it's nothing.
Yeah. I'll sort of like do like a doggy paddle and just be like, bloody kids getting stuck in this swamp. Don't worry, I know what it's like. Had some nasty gators or crocodilians or whatever they were just over there.
Crocodiles! Oh, quick, come on! I don't want them to hear me!
Yes. And as I sort of get onto the land, I just sort of, despite the fact I am 3 foot, I am going to crouch down and just offer a hand out to him. That's clearly not close enough for him to comfortably reach out, but just enough that if he struggles, he can grab hold of my hand.
He will absolutely struggle and grab hold of your hand. He is more filled with curses than he is filled with thanks, though, as he pays more attention to the hole that he was in than thanking you for getting him out of it, and is like, "This bloody swamp! Oh, I just want to get home! I just want to get home! Screw this place!"
As he sort of busy cursing and being frightened, I stand before him, looking up to him, like craning my head all the way back, and I just put my hand out and go,
You know, it's quite customary to offer some form of thanks.
and I just sort of very strongly gesture to my open hand with prestidigitate, making it sort of like glow a little bit more than normal.
It's quite customary.
Yeah, sure, buddy. I guess I owe you one.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, whatever you fancy, really, but...
And I just raise my hand higher, holding it above my head.
Yeah, that would be wonderful, and I'm sure I would pay you if I hadn't just been cleaned out by the casino.
One of my sort of like little, I don't know what you call them, but like the axolotl like tendril things I have on the side of my head, like one of them just like perks up.
Casino, you say?
Sorry, I was drinking.
That's right.
Oh yeah, you don't want to go there though. Bloody bunch of thieves and liars and cheats.
Excuse me, sir, but you're not the one to tell me what I want to do. I am my own man. I've got a memory to reclaim, I think.
Why are you wandering through the swamps anyway? You trying to catch fish in these places? Good luck.
I just hold up my emotional support fish.
And then, as he says luck, he sort of hangs on that word. His eyes sort of darting to the bottom left, thinking for a moment, and he goes, "Luck, right? Yeah, that wasn't bloody lucky, was it? Oh, this whole place is a scam."
Sounds quite lucky that we came by. Otherwise, we'd have left you to the gators. Although, might I add, that's still a possibility.
You call that luck? Get me trapped in a hole, get me nearly eaten, and oh look, great news, I'm out! Back in the same old spot I was. That's not luck.
I mean, there's still a possibility of you falling back into that hole in the swamps. Just saying.
Oh great, and my so-called rescuers are just asking for money. Oh, this isn't luck at all.
I didn't say money. I just said, when you said you owed me one, whatever you fancy, really, and that is still entirely up to you.
Well, I'll give you some advice. Don't go meet Mr. Crossroads. It's a bunch of scams. Don't go to the casino. It'll just take all your money. Just don't go anywhere in this cursed swamp.
Oh, that's fine. I'm looking for Mr. Cross Point. Do you know where his place of residence is?
Mr. Crosspoint?
Yes. A great big crocodile, 50, 60 foot tall. That's bigger than that crocodile over there.
And I point to the giant crocodile.
Right. Yeah. Sure, buddy. Well, that sounds horrible, so I hope you don't run across that. But I hope you have better luck than me anyway.
I most certainly do. You see, I was going to be devoured by one of those large crocodiles, and yet here I stand as your saviour.
My saviour? Yeah, alright. I feel very saved, stuck in the middle of this bloody swamp, with no money left.
And so you should. So, if you would be so kind, point us in the direction of Mr. Crosspoint and this casino I heard you speak of as well.
Whoa. That's the thing about that casino. It tends to find you rather than the other way round. And
Splendid, sir.
As for Mr.
So are you saying-
Point, I don't think anything like that exists, right?
Well, I believe you've been misinformed, but you say that the casino tends to find you. Does that mean that if we set up camp around here somewhere that it might find its way to us?
Yeah, if you're lucky. Sorry, bad joke.
That's quite all right. Lucky is my middle name, I think. I'll find out all of that out when I meet Mr. Crosspoint. It'll be fine, perfectly fine.
Right. Well, I wouldn't stay out here too long. If you're caught out here at night, bad things are going to happen. Trust me. I'm for one legging it out of this place. If you want to find refuge, there is. Hang on, I forgot the name of it. That's what he says. No, what's it called? I'm just going to make up the name.
Gibberish there, my dear boy.
Was that an abyssal?
There is the Bayou Refuge. You'll be safe there at night, but pretty much nowhere else.
I mean, I feel quite safe out here as we are, boy, but if you insist.
That's only because the moon is bright at the moment. When it turns dark, there's nastier stuff around.
I don't know, I'd say it looks rather crooked, boy.
It's always been crooked. Crooked!
Yes,
just like those thieves at the bloody casino!
Yes, so you said. I would very much so like to meet them.
Alright. Rather you than me. Hey, if you do meet them, maybe you can win some of my money back.
What do you mean?
Oh, they've got it all now.
No, what do you mean, win your money back?
Well, you know, you can have my money through them. It's like I paid you to rescue me. It's just, you know, extra steps.
Yes, I suppose it is kind of extra steps, but the problem is, what happens if I don't win the money? Then this is kind of like slavery with extra steps, is it not?
Slave, you are a funny one.
Yes, so they say, I think.
Listen, I may have misjudged this patch of land, actually. Any chance you could help me get back to the larger bit of land where your friends are?
So, although I'm not quite sure how you're expecting me to do so, I can't really carry you.
I don't know, a rope or something would help.
Let me have a look.
And I just have a little look in my pack for some rope. I think I want some rope. Yep. I got some rope. I pull the rope, I just hand it to him.
Well, off you go, boy.
No, I meant so want to use the other side. Take that strong gargoyle-looking fellow over there. He holds it or wraps it round a tree, and then I can swim across, holding the rope, and then I can make it. 'Cause jumping didn't work, that's for sure.
Okay, well, I'll get his attention. You tell him the plan.
And I sort of walk to the edge and I just go, put my hands up on either side of my mouth.
Hey, big boy!
Huh?
Yes, you, big boy, come here!
I'm Nestix, wet.
Yes, big boy. This boy has something to say to you.
What?
Here! Oh, trying to like shout over the cicadas. Hold this! And he chucks one end of the rope at you. It sort of flops into the mud at your feet.
But it is within reach?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, I need it down. It's just like, what am I supposed to do with one end of a rope?
Just hold it. You look strong. I'm just gonna swim across.
I turned to Ray. Do you understand what's going on?
Yes, they're playing, and it's like tug of war.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I grab the rope with 2 hands and just begin yanking.
He goes absolute as he turns to Ending to be like, "Is your friend trustworthy?" He just goes absolutely flying across this pool of water, almost like a skimming stone. You pull really, really hard, and he does not weigh much. He gets like splattering mud on his face, and he's like, "Oh,
I win!
yeah, sure, that works, I suppose. Thanks."
All right.
As the stranger makes his way over towards Ray and Nestix, I just sort of like wander over quite comfortably and just sort of stand in between Nestix and Ray.
Right then, off to Mr. Crosspoint.
Yes, we've wasted enough time on that. And Ray's gonna just like do a click of the fingers and a jingle of the bells and start moving again towards the
One
fire.
last thing before you go. Thanks for rescuing me, but if you hear the humming, don't go towards it. There's stuff that's stronger than your mate here out in the woods, out in the swamp at night.
At that, Ray's head just like swivels and their eyes focus on Garth, and then they walk up to Garth. What do you mean?
There's...
What's out there?
Well, I only heard what people at the... I am going to find the name. Murkwater Bend. I only heard what people at Murkwater Bend said about it, but they've built pretty big walls, and they said it's to keep out the ferrymen at night.
The ferryman?
Like ferries or ferry across water?
Like River Styx. Take your souls to the other place. Demigods, I think. I don't know. They were really scared of them.
When you say take your souls to the other place, do you mean the other place? As in, what's the devil? What's the name of that place? Do you mean like Olmarsh? Because I'm actually from there, so that might actually be quite good for me.
No, I don't mean Olmarsh. I mean the bad place.
Yeah, that's a shame. Got my hopes up there, you did, boy.
Well, look, you haven't got much left in the day, and you better hurry. You got to try and make it to Murkwater before you hear the humming. That's how you know it's too late.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Mr. Crosspoint's out there, 60, 70 foot tall, giant gator, hat as big as that tree, and points to a tree bigger than the massive dead crocodile.
Mate, after that casino, I'll believe anything. But are you sure your friend is all right? He says to Ray.
Me? I'm fine.
No,
Or do you
he's
mean
asking.
him?
Yeah, him. He seems a bit, well, like he doesn't know who he is or anything.
Well, not everyone needs to know who they are to function and to be useful.
Well, I know who
He's
I am.
useful.
I'm out of here. That's all I am. I hope never to see you lot again, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Watch out for mud pits.
Yes, I'm sure.
Hey, whose rope is this?
I'm sure my newfound luck will keep me out of all of those.
Yeah, it worked so well before. Whose rope is this?
I believe it's this fellow. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. I say to Ending.
I'm sort of like rambling on, sort of like quietly to myself about this Mr. Crosspoint, and as you sort of ask,
to just run off. By the way, at this point,
cool. As you sort of asked me my name.
Me? My name? Well, my friends call me Pending, but the name is Wait. No, sorry. My friends call me ending, but it's pending. The P is... Hang on. I will get there. Ling? No, that sounds wrong. My friends call me the End. And I just offer you my hand, which is a bit slimy and moist.
I'll take it. I'm Ray. This is Nestix.
Hey,
And what a ray of sunshine you are.
No. No, not anymore. And when Ray says that, there's a genuine smile.
Oh.
As you say that, I sort of go,
Well, not with that attitude you won't be. And you say your name is Nestix.
yeah,
Where's the nest?
back there.
No, I meant your nest.
Oh, in the cemetery. Back way over there.
he gives you a very confused look.
I see. So, to Mr. Crosspoint then?
And I sort of like point with my spear off in this sort of general direction. I think we were sort of heading.
Ray will nod. There is no way but forward. And there's like a little jingle as their head flips from side to side a little bit. And they begin moving forward again.
I just raise one single finger with my palm facing out, almost looking, and mouth wide open, and let Daffy Duck. Okay, maybe later. I thought one could go backwards and sideways and begins mumbling as he walks.
And you traverse about another mile in the same direction, and as you do, the moon overhead gets dimmer and dimmer, and what that man said to you keeps playing. Avoid the brain. I forgot the word.
Humming?
Humming. Jesus. Thanks. Avoid the humming. And some of the sort of tree sways and wind blowing through the trees sort of tricks your mind into thinking you're hearing something that you're not. And as the night sort of turns in this place, you're still out in the swamp, and no sign of the Murkwater Bend that you are looking for when all of you simultaneously hear...
Hey, what's that sound?
Perhaps it's Mr. Crosspoint come to see us off.
Do I know is the Mr. Crossroads, what we've learned about him is the ferryman, does that kind of match the description,
You
what I
have
know
not
about the
learned
ferryman?
that much about Mr. Crossroads. He is very much a rumor rather than a fact.
I'm gonna...
You are here merely as a desperate attempt rather than as a surefire thing. You have tried many, many things in this journey, and this is just another one of the things that you think probably won't even work, but it's worth a try. Very much a rumor rather than a fact. Like, you've heard conflicting information from across the board about him, and nothing about a ferryman, just about how dangerous the swamp is.
I'm gonna pull out my hand mirror, my broken hand mirror, and I'm gonna stare into it, searching, tapping at it to see if I can conjure that reflection. And when I can't, just the panic that I feel. He's the only thing out here, so we may as well steel ourselves and meet him head on. I'm running out of time.
Just so we can reuse the same map, I'll say the humming is coming from, like, over this way.
Okay.
And it's consistent, but very hard to track to a spot. It sort of echoes on the trees and around the river. It's just this almost ominously coming from multiple sides at once, but you get the general gist after hearing it enough that it's coming from behind you, and if you don't run, which I guess you're not doing, eventually you see a withered, ghoulish man with one eye, half an eye, many missing internal organs on show, holding a very long pole with lanterns at the top of it, one end deep in the river, as he is standing on top of a open casket and riding that along the water effortlessly. There is not a single stutter to his movement. It is ethereal in nature of how gliding he seems to be across the water on this thing that's very much not made to be a boat.
Does he have a hat?
He does not.
I would like to step a bit closer and just sort of like start waving my hand and my spear in the air.
Good sir! Hello!
He very calmly, very slowly brings his boat around to the shore and stops, staring at you. Ending, because you called him.
Yes, very good. You wouldn't perhaps be one of these, ferrymen that we heard about? So we got told about the Humming, the ferrymen, and Mr. Crosspoint. That's who we're currently looking for. If you would be so kind, since you make it look so easy, sailing on the waters, would you like to take us to see him? We'd be ever so grateful.
His hand that's not holding the pole sort of cracks, snaps, twists, and then one by one the fingers unfurl as he holds out an expecting hand towards you.
If you're hoping for money, I would like to know the cost first.
Now that definitely comes from him.
Yes. And it's much louder. And it's not a vocal noise, but a mental projection directly into your heads from him.
Right, I see your game. Intimidation tactics, trying to get more money out of us. All right, well, you win this one.
And I sort of like grab his hand and use it to help myself get onto his little like coffin boat.
With an incredibly swift and instant action, he whips the pole around, knocking you 10 feet back and prone without damaging you, and brings the pole back into himself and brings his fingers up one by one and down again one by one, as if that is not the right payment.
That didn't work so well. We don't know where he's going to bring us, though.
I'll reach into my pocket and pull out a gold coin. I pull out a silver coin and flip each one with my thumb towards the ferryman.
Ooh, interesting. The gold coin drops with a clink into the boat. The silver coin lands roughly on his hand, sizzles a little bit before he tosses it into the water beside him.
Hey, oh, that was a good coin.
I will toss 2 more gold coins to the ferryman.
In
And
that case, he lets them fall into the boat, and he curls up his arm and takes one step back in his boat, allowing space for a passenger. I say boat, it's literally a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
You said a passenger. Do you mean just the one?
This is not big.
Fair.
It's surprising it can even hold his weight. It's almost magical how it can hold his weight. But space-wise, it is a coffin, so he has only allowed room for one person right now.
Gentlemen, do you have a preference? Who goes first?
How tall is Ray?
Ray is about 3 feet tall.
Okay. And
Yeah,
so is
ending's about
Ending.
the same.
So could both of them fit on the boat? On the coffin?
Yes. Space-wise.
You try. I can follow on the ground.
Do you have enough gold?
I'd rather keep it. Never know what happens. There was a talk of a casino, Gotta keep the purse somewhere. I have my
Right.
ways.
I will climb into the boat. Or the coffin.
There are conspicuously no coins inside the coffin.
I will also climb in.
He will once again deftly and instantly shove you away with the pole. This time, instead of casually raising it to a raised position, he keeps it lowered, pointed at you.
Yes, yes.
I pull out the same number of gold coins and hand them over.
They tumble, when he's holding them, they tumble into the coffin, and he sort of takes half a step back again.
Hopefully he won't bring you to sea because I can't follow there.
Yeah, I'll hand him those coins and take a seat then if I'm allowed.
I mean, I wouldn't say there's a seat. Well, I guess you could sit on the edge of it. Yeah, actually. Yes,
I mean, I'll just sort of like sit like perched right on the edge with my feet dangling over the edge.
Sure, yeah, that works.
I mean, I'm short.
You notice when you do this that it's not actually touching the water. It's about a centimetre and a half above the actual water line.
Could I tell what kind of magic is present with an Arcana check?
All you'll get from an Arcana check is probably what you as a person have figured out. Like, it is...
Okay.
This is an undead. This is very much like necromancy-esque magic, because he's an undead. And some magic bullshittery to allow it to float, but
there wouldn't be any hints of like who's responsible for it or where the magic's
No,
coming from.
no.
Okay.
Perhaps, Nestix, if you came aboard and I stood on your back.
No, I think
Loath
it's
to leave
gonna
you
sink.
behind.
No, it's all right. Put great sword, crossbar to the ground, and begin.
Nice. I like the sound effect. Do you want to describe what just happened?
Mechanically, I use Death Knight Dark Rider as a bonus action, and basically I intoned the prayer, and out from the ether came a form of bones and some sinews that began to take shape to a large animal, basically that looks like a war horse, but is undead. I climb on the back of it. I never showed you Grim. This is Grim. Grim, this is the people. That's Ray, and that's Ending, Pending, whatever his name is. Ing. Ends in Ing. I'll follow
We've been
from
walking this whole time and you've had that?
Well, I can't carry other people.
Fair enough.
So you still would be walking. Unless Grim here just kicks you to the curb. And I don't think you'd want that.
And you're saying that he didn't offer to carry you on his shoulder?
You have legs. I saved you from a croc. Now come on.
I saved myself from the crocodile. You were just merely a distraction.
Yeah, of course.
The hand of the ferryman unfurls once more. The lantern raises, and as it does so, one of the skulls that's sort of dangling from it rings like a bell. And with that, the ferryman takes off sort of down this river, pretty much humming every so often, not as frequently as he was before you boarded, but every now and then you'll just hear her. And the lantern light is enough in this darkness to, with Grimm's speed, allow Nestix to keep up. Traveling for about another mile then. And you encounter... Oh, I can't do that. Okay. This, but without the people. Ignore the people at the bottom. Can I fog of war them away? Yeah, sure. Alright. You encounter a shack in the swamp with its lights on. And as you approach, a hulking crocodile man sitting on a rocking chair back and forth stands up upon seeing you arriving, aims his blunderbuss at you, and without hesitation shouts, "Not yet! Take him to the bend!" And the ferryman goes and diverts course away from the shack, and to a plethora of lights another half a mile away from this. There is not just one shack, but a whole little shantytown of various shacks all stilted out of the water. And with that, we will take a break. And we are back from our break. As the foliage parts in front of you, a whole town is revealed. This whole entire town built on stilts. But in the center of it, a large walled fort with wood piled in stacks around it, as if it's continuing to being built. In the center of this fort is a large flag of purple and black. Everything seems to be centered and focused on the fort. In fact, none of the houses around the fort have any lights on or candles burning at all. As the ferryman pulls towards the bend, Neckwater Bend as it's called, you hear two whistles in the air, and a big gate in front of the fort creaks, just ajar, as a woman in a purple coat leans out, sees you, and shouts, "You'll want to come inside, strangers! You'll want to leave the ferryman now! You'll want to heed my words!"
We're looking for the crossroads man.
Indeed! No sudden movements. Just step away from the ferry.
I'll step off the ferry.
It has basically come to a stop in this town now, and the whole town is sort of connected by these bridgeways. The houses out here look fine. They look like they could be lived in. There just seems to be no occupants at the moment.
The man we're looking for, was he the one back that way?
Come inside,
And
I'll tell all.
I'm gonna tamp down this, seething anger and irritation. I'm gonna tamp that right down. Take a deep, not a real breath, because Yes, I don't breathe, so I won't take a deep breath, but I will mimic a
Fake
big
inhale.
deep breath. Yes, a fake inhale, count to 5, not even 10. So I am so anxious and ready to get going that I only count to 5, but then I just kind of straighten up and head toward the woman.
I'll puff of Grim and say, thank you. Turn around to Ray and just like, you realize your button eyes spin a little when you're like that?
Ah, do they? Well,
Ooh, my dog's excited.
spinning buttons always excites people. Oh, do they? Well, it's good to know. I don't mind. I'm tired of keeping my emotions under wraps.
I would
It's
like
good that
to.
people can see what needs to be seen.
I would like to raise my hand up, also looking at the woman who was speaking to us.
We're also looking for Mr. Crosspoint as well, if you would. Wouldn't mind pointing us in the general direction.
Are you on or off the canoe-like thing?
Oh no, I'm still on it.
Okay. She's not going to answer a question. She seems way too concerned about getting you away from the ferryman. She's going to say, easy steps! Easy steps, come to us! We'll... It's not safe out there!
Yes, so you keep saying.
And I sort of begrudgingly leave the ferryman and wander over.
Can I get a read from her? Body language or tone?
I can let you do either a general insight or a specific insight if you want. If you let me know specifically what you're trying to look for, or a general insight if you want.
Genuineness. Is it genuine concern, or is it... Does she seem to be...
Yeah, give an insight.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. I will use tactical mind in order to expand a second wind. Roll a d10 and add to this. There we go. 20.
She is terrified. No other emotion is coming off, no other sincerity, no other genuineness. She is terrified. She doesn't want to be out here. She doesn't want to go anywhere near that ferryman. She doesn't want to be doing this. But she is genuine in the sense that her fear and concern come from a similar place.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we better get going. We're coming.
Ending as you step off the canoe, the coffin, it and the ferryman sink down into the water instead of floating away.
I'll probably take a glance to look back at that a bit curiously before I just sort of go,
It doesn't leave bubbles the way something entering the water normally would.
I would like to just take a step back and submerge my head to see if I can see where it's going.
You can't see shit in this water. Unless you
Not
have
even-
blind sight, mate, you are seeing absolutely nothing in this water. It is more particles and mud than it is water.
Well, actually, as a species trait,
Yeah.
I do indeed have not blind sight.
I didn't think so.
Tremor sense?
No, I've just got dark vision up to 60 feet.
Yeah, I've played a species with blind sight before, and I'm pretty sure it's the only one, so I don't think you do. Yeah, no, you don't see anything. You're fine to stick your head in the water and open your eyes. You don't get affected by that in any way, but it's a fruitless effort, unfortunately.
Yeah, I pull my head out and I shake my head to try and almost sort of shake free some of the water, kind of like a dog would.
Yeah, sure.
And then I guess I'll follow the others, follow Ray and Nestix.
As you approach the fort, you hear quite a lot of noise coming from inside. There seems to be not a ruckus, but just a community inside this quite small fort area. You can hear chattering. You can hear people playing games and making noise from victories, and you can hear music playing. The woman is still frantically trying to urge you to hurry the fuck up and get inside, though.
I hurry the fuck up.
Understandable. She introduced herself. Sorry for putting the fear of God into you folks. I've seen those ferrymen before in not such good circumstances. You consider yourselves lucky that you got on the right end of them. But welcome to our humble fort of Murkwater Bend. It used to be a nice, thriving town. Now it's more of a frontier. But my name's Lyra Webb. Pleasure to meet you.
I'll shake her hand. Ray.
I'm a Nestix.
I'm looking for Mr. Crosspoint.
Ray, Nestix, and okay, we'll get you later. Oh. Crosspoint, you say? Do you mean Crossroads?
Yes. No, Mr. Crosspoint. Big gator. About 90 to 100 feet tall. Bigger than this whole shanty town. Enormous hat. Have you seen him?
She is going to crouch down and, without wanting to break social conventions, basically put her hand over your mouth and say, shh, shh, shh. You don't know what you're saying, pal. You need to keep these rumors to yourself around here.
I'm going to scowl at her and then lick her hand.
Listen,
Slurp.
I'm on your side for now. Just trying to get you acquainted to the place, but you can't be spouting about. Well, whether you call him Mr. Crosspoint or not, you can't be spouting about him.
But you know about who we are looking for. You know where to find them.
Listen, what I know is that you shouldn't find him, and you shouldn't be looking.
Well, let's say then we tell each other some stories. It's a nice thing to do of an evening. Perhaps you tell us the story of some foolhardy adventurers who do look for and find this person.
What you found is much better. See, here at Murkwater Bend, we've got the Bayou King, and he can actually help yous. Help yous in ways you wouldn't believe. You don't want to be shooting too high. Just be happy you found the Bayou King and settle at that, trust me.
A king, you say?
Indeed. We got...
And does he wear a hat?
Indeed. And calls himself the King of the Crossroads. And you's best be calling him that too.
Ending starts scratching his chin, almost quite curiously.
I see. Ho. We're away, little man.
Whatever you're seeking him for, trust me, the Bayou King will do you one better.
I don't care what we call him. I don't care who it is. I have a need.
Oh, we all have needs.
You don't understand. I'm running out of time.
I think I understand that better than most. But the Bayou King, he'll help you. We'll provide. We help folks around here, no matter what. And we actually help. Unlike the one you want to stay away from. Unlike that grinning sinner.
No. I want to meet Mr. Crosspoint. No, not this grinning sinner you speak of.
That's what we call him anyway. Grinning sinner. It's a better name. It's more appropriate for the tricks and the lies he pulls. He'll wave you a tapestry, a tale of what you want to hear. You'll offer him everything and he'll take it, but
I do like a good story.
Return. You'll get nothing in return. The Grinning Sinner is the last place you want to be finding yourself. Trust me. Now, first round's on me if you want to come in.
First rounds of what?
Whatever you be drinking. If you... Looks at the gargoyle. If you do drink, that is.
Yeah. I do. I think.
Check stat sheet.
If we come in, can we speak with the king? Can we speak with him tonight?
Well, it's getting very late. Most folks be going to bed, but yes. Depending on what she has to offer. For sure. He'll see you.
Well then. And I will just start walking towards the larger shack that has all the lights on.
Wait, don't you want to take a breather first? You've travelled a long way.
Well, they did say they were in a hurry.
If you say you understand, I'm running out of time. Do you not understand what time and running out means? And I'm just gonna shake, and the bells are gonna shake with just frustration and anger.
I'll tell you this much. One as desperate as yourself, you're ripe for the Grinning Sinner. I'm sure he'd love to meet you. But, okay, I'm listening. I'll go see Vander. Alright, his name's Vander, the king. I'll go see him. I'll go tell him it's urgent. You just take a seat, alright? I'll bring him here. And you are led through the fort towards a large central building. Around the fort there are many folk, mostly discussing sleeping plans. If you overhear conversation, it's whispered attempts at talking about you guys as the newcomers. It's conversations about, oh shit, where am I going to sleep? I gave this person my bed last night. It's conversations about how the beer in the fort is running low, or how medicine supplies are running low. You hear all these catch all these snippets of conversations as you go on by. And yeah, mostly people are just wrapping up for the night, going to bed. And in the main hall, it's been converted into a very ramshackle and makeshift bar or tavern, and it's pretty much cleared out at this point. There are a few drunks still sort of sleeping at tables and hanging around. There are some people trying to pile up clothes to form their own beds in this place. And no one seems to be kicking them out or anything like you would normally see in a tavern if someone did that. And Lyra sort of guides you to a corner table away from as many people as she can. She even escorts someone to the other side of the place just to give you guys some space. She says, alright, I'll bring Vander to you. Just stay calm and Stay in the fort and stay safe. Promise me this.
But of course.
Sure.
I can't lose anymore, okay? And she wanders off for a bit, giving you some time. There is a gramophone in this place playing some music. Nothing special, just some sort of... It's quite hard to make out because it's not the best quality record, but it's some kind of like sea shanty.
Ooh, Swampland Top 10.
You're listening to Swamp FM. No, I did when I was writing notes for this place. I kept writing radio, and I had to go back through my notes and be like, "There's no fucking radios in this place," and had to change them all to gramophones. I was like, "It makes no sense that there'd be a radio. Where would these signals even come from? What am I talking about?" But I wrote radio like
Magic.
5 times. It was crazy. Yeah. Anyway. Murkwater Bend in the evening, bringing you jazz vibes all night long. Anyway,
Ending starts doing a 2-step shuffle.
A while goes by. Let's say about 20 minutes. A bit longer than you'd expect, actually, considering the size of the fort isn't particularly big. It takes about maximum 5 minutes to get anywhere in this place. About 20-25 minutes goes by. Ray getting increasingly impatient, starts like tapping on the table, scratching at things, just general annoyance prompts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And eventually, so Lyra, by the way, is the person you can see here.
Mm-hmm.
And then she walks in with this guy, who introduces himself as greetings, new folks. I am. Lara says you already heard I'm Vander. I suppose I'll go by Vando then. And he holds out a hand. If no one takes the hand,
I'll like very matter of factly shake his hand, just like one shake, and then let go.
I'll give him a normal moist handshake.
And I'll shake. It's just like, hello.
Well, I don't mean to be rude and get straight down to business, but hey, you folks are a bit pressed for time in your needs. Like most people who make their way to the Murkwater Bend, I assume you've got some dire problem.
You say you're the king, correct?
King of the Crossroads, baby.
I sort of look him up and down, and then I look at his hat and focus specifically on the hat. I sort of mutter beneath my breath.
It's not as big as they said it would be. Not impressed.
Oh, you mean this whole thing? Sure. So I assume you're not just here to chat about hats and be merry.
Well, you see, they said it would be an enormous hut, bigger than this shack. And yet,
looks at Lyra like, is this really why they're here?
I need a way to get into the realm of a demon.
Wow. That is the first time I've ever heard anyone say that. You want to go into the realm of a demon. I mean, I've helped people out before.
Well, I need a bit of both, really. I need to get in and to get someone out.
Oh, blimey. Lara, dear, maybe get the coffee on the go. This is gonna be a long night, I can tell. What demon you speak of? There are a few.
What do I know of a demon that has taken?
You know quite a lot about that.
Okay.
The only reason you haven't, like, well, you've even gone to that village. Like, you've You know where the soul is. You know
Okay.
demon that took it. You know what happened to the village. You just can't get to it right now. And nothing you tried, every ritual you've tried from people you've met just hasn't helped at all. So, yeah, you know quite a lot.
Then I'll just look him dead in the eye and very calmly. Realm.
Realm? Why you want to go visit old Jericho? That wasn't his voice, but whatever.
Want is not the right word. Need. You see, I'm one of two. And we share something that will be consumed.
Lyra comes back as you're saying this and takes a particular interest in what you're saying. She says, "You're one of two, you say? Mind if I..." And she holds out her hand without finishing the sentence.
I'm gonna kind of squint my little button eyes for a moment. And then, with a flourish, hand her my little raggedy hand. Have a sneaky peek. See if you like what you see.
Her eyes roll back, and you see she sort of quickly lets go after a moment and says, I see. That's... I understand the rush now. That's a problem. Vander, she's fading. They're fading fast. Realm's got the other half of her soul. And it won't be long till there is no other half of the soul. I see your desperation now. I understand. Can we help them, Vander? Can we try? Well, I suppose, but unfortunately, all rituals do cost a price. We can do a seance. We can... Not the usual kind of seance. We're not speaking to the dead. We're speaking to what could have been. We look at where Ven could have been right now, and how they could have got out of Realm's realm. And we use that, but the ritual is costly, I'm afraid. Although, and he looks at Ending's magical fish, and he says, although I do believe instead of a price, we could come to an arrangement. See, I've got a problem as well that requires a little talent like yours. He's still looking at the magical fish. He's just fixated on it.
I raise an eyebrow and look up, and I just sort of like grip my fish slightly tighter and just pull it from his grasp and put it behind my back.
And just what might that be?
Well, all I'm asking is, once you're done with Realm and anything else you might need, you come back here and you help us out. As you might be able to tell, this place is not what it used to be, and we've got our own problems here.
Yes, but I also have a question. With,
Of course you do, Inquisitive One.
With Ray, you were just holding onto her hands and scouring memory. Is that correct?
Indeed I was.
immediately he sort of like tucks the fish into his back pocket, puts his hands both out and goes, "Do me, do me."
Oh, sure thing, little fella. You got some memories you wanna relive or something?
Something like that, yes.
Right, you are. Okay. And she places
Right
her
here in
hand
the bar.
on your fishy hand and says, "You've got to let me in, though. You can't block me like this."
Of course.
And I sort of like, like when people are focusing really, really hard, like almost they're like straining. He kind of does that.
Is this you? Is this you letting me in?
Of course I am. Come on, just try harder.
Your nose starts to bleed. And she
Oh,
says,
that's not good.
"Fella, I can see you trying, but it's not there."
Of course it is. Come on.
I grip her hands tighter.
She says, "Listen, fella, you're grabbing tight there, but I can't. There's nothing.
Let's go.
There's nothing to see."
Yes, there is. It's there. I know it is. Come on.
He's always getting quite distressed, sort of like pulling on her hands harder and harder.
Vanda's gonna bang on the table with like a cane, like snapping you out of this focus and saying, all right, that's enough. It's not
As he does
working."
As he does that, the moistness of Endling's hands just causes him to lose his grip and slip, flying backwards.
Sure. It's not working, all right? I don't know why, but your past is... Your past? You don't have a past. Anyway, what's wrong with you? Anyway, that's not important. What's important is your future, surely.
No, my name is Nestix, not Shirley.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Nestix, but what do you see in your future?
Mine?
Right you are, Mr. Nestix. Everyone's got some wants and needs, and you must have some too.
Well, no, right now I just want to help Ray over here. Something that was lost, something that needs to come back. Then I can go back and go to sleep.
Your future is unwritten. That's unusual in Droskenwald.
Well, thank God, because I have problems reading.
Lara, I think it's time we do some tarot reading. Find out more about our esteemed guests here. And she stands up and sort of walks out back. And he says, "Okay, folks, so we'll do some tarot reading. We'll get your futures all up and sorted, and your past in..." And he sort of pauses again, looks at Pending and says, "Yeah, your past."
Ending's just sat on the floor where he fell, holding onto the fish, like holding it right in front of his face, staring at it, almost sort of like quite distressed, kind of like muttering to himself.
What did you do to me?
He's gonna say, "That is a nice fish, isn't it?"
You don't know the half of it.
That's a catch. That's...
You know, some days...
And he sort of snaps out of the stupor and says, Anyway, it's tarot reading time. Everyone loves a good future. And
Two.
Lyra plops down this deck of cards and says, "Now it is up to you. You can fully opt out of this if you want. But in Druskenvold, not having a written future is, well, it's the most dangerous thing that can happen to you. Except maybe not having a past. But one thing at a time, mate. Not having a future here means you're not destined to stay here. And if you're not destined to stay here, you can go to the bad place. We wouldn't want that, would we?
The bad place is not inside a crocodile, is it? Because he's been there.
Many call it the realms of hell. Or Hades.
Oh.
Eternal damnation, or there's many terms for it, but here we tend to call it the bad place. It sounds a little nicer.
If you say so. And Ray's gonna get up and put their hand out to Ending to offer to help him up.
Ending puts the fish in your hand.
Does anything happen if anyone else touches this fish, or is it just you?
No, just me.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, it's almost as if some days I wonder, did I really catch the fish, or did the fish catch me?
Sure.
I'll transfer the fish to my other hand and then reach out my hand for his.
I begrudgingly take it.
I'll help him up and then hand back the fish. And as I hand back the fish, I'll say, if you help me get back what I've lost, some part of me will make sure that you get back what you've lost. And I'll give a smile.
I take the fish, I just shove it in my pocket, I pull out my pipe and I light it, and then I gesture, lead the way.
I'll turn back to the table and look expectantly at Lyra.
All right then. Hope you're ready for this. If you've not had your future yet, then I pray it's a good one for you. Are you going first, Ray?
Yeah, I'll go
That
first.
That is going to be interesting. Okay. As she holds both your hands with this deck of cards in front of her, the cards start shuffling themselves on the table.
Wow. Nice trick.
And she's like, just hold steady, and then your future will reveal its... And before she even finishes the sentence, the deck of cards throws itself off the table onto the ground. Well, that's
hey,
not
your
supposed to
future's out
happen.
of sight. Your future's out of sight.
Wait, you said your soul's entangled. You've already got a future. You can't get another one.
Well, now, isn't that peachy? And I'll kind of sit down and cross my arms.
Humph.
If it's any consolation, this card on the table's probably the one that you already got. And I can't exactly remember off the top of my head what Ven got as a tarot reading, so
It was
if you remember that, I hope.
one, the very first one, the clown, maybe?
Oh, the Fool.
The fool. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, okay, she's like, that's the Fool. I gotta get it. Sorry, a bit of a... Keep thinking this bit is under... What have I done? Have I just sorted the whole document by alphabetical order? Oh no. This is bad.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. How have I done? Oh, please say I can read for the document, and it doesn't say that. Every page in the document got put out of order and put in alphabetical order. That was a nightmare.
Oops.
Okay.
You can't exit without saving.
No, what's happened? Oh.
No backup.
Yeah, I've got backups.
Can you search within? Can you search for fool?
Yeah. That's just very annoying. Why is it done?
Or are you looking for like the?
I've got it.
Okay.
It was the magician.
Magician is 1, yeah. 0.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the fool. I think it was the magician. Yeah.
Number 1
It
is
was-
the
it
magician.
was-
It's the clown.
Yeah, number 1 then.
Yeah. Okay.
I do remember it being number 1.
Yeah. So she says, "Well, this one's tricky if you've got a split soul. I'll tell you that. But you've got to harness your power. You can't let anyone else pull your strings. Good luck doing that when your soul's split in two."
I just
Sorry, it's not funny.
deadpan. Yeah. I do like the Gen Z stare.
Well, if someone will help me pick up my cards, I can do another one.
I'll help.
Thank you.
Okay, this one. Oh, wait. There's this one here.
Yeah, so Nestix, eventually you are at the table with your hands clasped around Lyra's, the deck of cards in front, and it starts shuffling again. She says, "Well, hopefully it's a little tidier than last time. And if you want to go to that website and roll a tarot card, please do, and let me know what you get."
So just spin, thump.
Spin that wheel.
Wheel of Fortune! The sun.
Ooh, what number is that?
Where do I see it? Oh, 20. 19,
Okay.
sorry.
Cool. Let me read it first. Wow. Talk about luck. Nothing's as fun as the sun. This card's incredibly positive. You see, the sun illuminates the shadows and chases away the darkness. If you embody this, then good things lie ahead. Just don't forget that every time a ray of light is cast, it may cause a shadow with it.
You mean every time Ray casts? Because they healed me before, so does that count?
Don't think of it so literally.
What? Lit wet?
It's alright, I'm sure Ray will help you out with it later.
That Ray or the other Ray?
Yes.
Okay. That was fun. Okay. I don't get it.
Well, hopefully we can have more positives today. How about you, man? No past, but hopefully you can have a future.
One ending. Have fun.
He
It's
begrudgingly
Hey.
steps forward.
Alright.
We-
Take your hand. Deck of cards in front. Please roll on the wheel of fortune or misfortune, depending on what you get.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
I got the Hierophant.
Consonant, please. That is going to slip through the cracks in the table. Please roll again.
I got my favourite card.
Which is?
The Hanged Man.
Listen, I know without a past it might feel like you're powerless. But that just allows you to live in the moment. The Hanged Man doesn't have to mean the end. Or the beginning. Just have a little patience. Let the solutions come to you. Live for what is. Not what could be, or what was. And you'll find yourself much happier, much more fulfilled life. I know that's easy for me to say, but you got good company. You're safe. Hell, even the ferryman didn't attack you. You got some charm about you. Just learn to accept it and live with it.
He just hops down off the chair and just walks away and sits back in the corner again.
Alright, well, now that's done. Should we begin our ritual? We've got a demon to figure out.
Of course.
Alright, well, everyone, gather around. As long as the price you're willing to pay is... If we come back here after all is said and done, and you help me out with my problem, I will dive into the futures, the pasts, the presents, and what could have been. I will do this for you, and I will promise. Now, I will find a way to bring your other soul back to you. Is this a deal?
I have no choice, but to be fair to my companions, the terms are a bit wide. What is your problem? What do you need taken care of?
A certain... And he looks around before saying it. Brennan Sinner needs taken care of.
Oh,
But don't worry, I'm not asking for today. I'm not even asking next week. I'm just asking in your own time. When you feel ready, you come back here and you help us out. You've got the potential. And he once again looks at the fish. And then looks at the size of their sticks. I believe folks like you are the only chance we have. And folks like you come around once in a crooked moon.
Well, then, for me, I swear on my whole soul that part of me, whichever part it happens to be, will come and aid you.
I don't need compensation. I don't need bargaining. That's the sinner's game. I'm just looking for an honest-to-God promise.
Well, listen. When you're one of two, you have to have all your bases covered, don't you?
Well,
I'm
good enough for me.
simply... fair. And I'll hold out my hand to shake.
He spits on his hand. No, I'm joking. Yeah, he shakes your hand and doesn't really let go of it, just starts to use that to form the circle around the table.
I've got nothing to lose because I can't even remember my past, and I have no reason why I shouldn't put everything on the line. So sure, I'll give it a go.
The ritual's simple enough. There's nothing to be scared of here. Just using you as a way to see your pasts, your presence, and your potential. Without it, we get a very limited glimpse. Okay, everyone. Close your eyes and take a deep, deep. He doesn't even finish the third word before reality is torn away. You are in a cocoon. You are bursting out of this cocoon, surrounded by a huge conical structure of bone and amber. And you're not in control of your body or your limbs. You're merely sensing. As you are lying in a pool of goo that you were held in, you stand up and see a gigantic demonic, half stitched, half shadowy crow demon in front of you. And instead of attacking, there is a song playing gently. The demon almost frozen in time as this beautiful melody plays, and as you turn and run, you grab a piece of corn from this endless field, and holding it in your hands in a prayer formation, it alights, burning, not like fire, but white, bright white. And in front of you, the endless cornfield opens up into a destroyed, disheveled, and empty town. And you fall out of the cornfield. It's now behind you, sealed shut, and you are safe. And with that, we will call tonight's session as you are pulled out of this vision and back into your bodies. A cryptic but useful look into Realm's realm and your potential future. Thank you for playing. It was a lovely session one. Hope you all had a lovely time. Thank you for watching, people who are watching. This will hopefully continue every week now. We're back on schedule. Fuck yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, glad to be back, baby. I will hopefully sort my PDF out so it's not in alphabetical order of page by page, because that's wild. Didn't know you could even do that. Yeah, thanks, Chit. Yeah, we will return next week. Still in the bayou, figuring out what to do and where to go. And I'll catch you next week.
Bye!